What's up everyone, it's Coldworks here, back on the Coldworks Sports channel, and today we are going to be giving you our 2022 predictions for the Utah Utes and Oregon Ducks. We're going to start out today with the Utah Utes. This is a really good team, a legitimate playoff contender. Of course, last year they played neck and neck with Ohio State in the Rose Bowl and nearly won that game. They've got quite a bit coming back. They've got Cameron Rising back at quarterback. They've got Tavion Thomas at running back. This team is looking really good. They returned 4 of their top 5 receivers from last year. I mean, this team is a playoff contender. The schedule is difficult enough to where it could be a playoff resume, but it's also difficult enough to where they could drop a few games. So this team is really good. We know that. But are they going to be able to take that next step and get to the playoff? That's what we're here to talk about. So starting out with Utah today, they start their season on the road at Florida. It's going to be a hot one there. It's, beginning of September, in the depths of summer, down at the swamp. That place is going to be rocking, and it's going to be steamy. So I wouldn't put it past Florida to pull off this upset, but you have to remember they've got a first-year head coach. Utah returns a lot of production. This is a really solid team. I think they're able to go in there into the swamp. Maybe it's like a 31-30 type of game. But I think they're able to win extremely close. Like I said, 1 point. But I think they are good enough to where they can clutch out that one. Then they've got Southern Utah. That's an easy one. A little bit of a breather after that close game against Florida. And then San Diego State, I think they should be able to win that one as well. San Diego State, a good group of 5 team, but I don't think they can win at Utah. Then they play at Arizona State. I'm not that high on Arizona State. They've got the NCAA investigation and everything. I don't think they're going to be that good. So yeah, I think they'll be able to win that one, even though it's on the road. Then they've got Oregon State. Oregon State's going to be a pretty good team. They've got a chance to pull off a big upset. We'll talk about that in a minute. But they're playing at home. I think there's enough for Utah where they should take care of business in this one. Then you play at UCLA. This is a trap game right here. Right before USC. It's on the road. This is a veteran UCLA team. They're going to be able to pull off a big win this year. But will it come against Utah? I don't think so. It's still early in the season. We're not even halfway done yet. I think there's enough on this Utah team where they go on the road. It's not that tough of a place to play, but still, you'd rather be on your home turf. You go on the road, again, just like the Florida one. It's a squeaker, but I think they're able to get it done. Between those two games, those could easily be flipped, but I believe in them. I think they can get it done, and they're able to win that one as well. And then you've got USC. USC, they're going to be a good team this year, but I don't think they could beat Utah either, and especially playing on the road. Just like Oregon State, USC and Oregon State, if those were on the road, they could be losses, but I think the home field advantage helps the Utes get it done, and they improve to 7-0. Then they've got a bye week, a very good time for a bye week, because your next game is on the road against a solid Washington State team. It's a Thursday night road game. Utah's going to be highly ranked here. I think 2 things go their way. 1, they just had a bye week, so they're going to have an extra week to prepare for this one. And 2, there's no big game immediately after this, so they won't really be looking forward to anyone. I think that is enough to where Utah will be able to go on the road. Again, just like UCLA, just like Florida. It's a squeaker, but they're able to pull one out, and they improve to 8-0. Then you've got Arizona. I'm not real high on this team. If it's on the road, maybe it'd be close, but I think at home, once again, they should be able to roll on that one. And then Stanford, this is a veteran team, a pretty good team. They've got a shot to make a bowl game. I know they weren't great last year, but they did upset Oregon. They get them at home, and I think that's the difference in a lot of these games. A lot of them are going to be close, but I think they're able to start the season 10-0, and then they play at Oregon. An Oregon team that they crushed twice last year. An Oregon team that'll be hungry for a win against the Utes. Utah, they're going to be ranked really high, probably in the top 5, maybe top 3 if this happens. If they start the season 10-0 with a win over Florida, UCLA, USC, Washington State. They get all these close but big wins. I think Oregon is able to get it done. They finally get over the hump and beat Utah. It's just all of that combined, I think Utah will have a very rough time winning this one. So they drop to 10-1, but they end the season with a win against Colorado. I'm not too high on them. It is on the road, but like I said, Colorado's not a great team, and I think Utah will want to get back on track after that loss. So I have them going 11-1. I'm pretty high on them. Most people have them at 10-2, but I think there is enough experience on this roster where they can win the close games. The four I'm looking at: Florida, UCLA, Washington State, and Oregon. I think they're going to lose 1, 2, or 3 of those. 3, and it's going to be pretty disappointing for Utah. 1, and that's really good for Utah. 2, it's kind of just like last year. I think they're ready to get over the hump. They get some big wins this year, and they go 11-1. Now, let's transition over to Oregon, the Oregon Ducks. This is going to be another front runner in the Pac-12. The bad thing for them is they do lose key players like Travis Dye and Kayvon Thibodeau. They retain Noah Sewell. They've got Bo Nix at quarterback this year. This team is also going to be very good. I think just like Utah, they return enough. Oregon, especially with Bo Nix, they did pretty well in the transfer portal. He's a proven quarterback. He's at his moments. He's also at his down moments. But I think he's able to thrive here, and he's able to take care of business. Look at the schedule here. Dan Lanning, of course, in his first year, he adopts a pretty good team. Mario Cristobal left quite a bit of talent for him. Where does he start the season? Against Georgia. It's a neutral site game, but it's in Atlanta, so basically a road game. Bo Nix has seen this team before. Dan Lanning has definitely seen this team before. I think, they're going to be able to keep up with Georgia. I think it'll be close. Georgia does lose quite a bit from last year, but in the end, that defense is just too good. I think they're able to beat Oregon, and they fell to 0-1, but they should easily be able to beat Eastern Washington and improve to 1-1. Then they've got BYU, a BYU team that returns a lot of production. It's going to be a very good team. Of course, they were last year. I think they're able to rebound after that Georgia game with the Eastern Washington one sandwiched in between there. They get a big win at home and improve to 2-1. Then they've got Washington State. I know I just talked about them. I think that'll be a closer game for Utah because a bit more of a trap game. They're after they're 7-0 and have that incredible start. For Oregon, I think they're hungry for another win. The talent is enough for them to be able to get it done. Stanford, again, this is, just like I said, this is a veteran team, a good team, but are they going to be able to go on the road to Oregon and be able to win? I highly doubt it, so give me the Ducks in that one. And then Arizona, I've talked about these teams already in this video and in the USC video yesterday. I know it's on the road, but I think they will be able to beat Arizona. I think Oregon is able to win 5 straight after the Georgia loss going into the bye week. Some good momentum. The bye week comes at a good time. They play UCLA next. Again, just talked about them. UCLA is going to be a good team. Are they going to be able to go on the road against Oregon? I don't think so. Just like Stanford, I think they get a win there. California and Colorado, two pretty down teams. I know they're on the road, but I think, once again, they'll be able to take care of business. Then you've got the Washington game. It's right before Utah, so it could be a bit of a trap game. Of course, it's a rivalry, but because it's at home and the fact they'll be motivated because of said rivalry, I think they take care of business in that one, and I think they also beat Utah. We already discussed that one thoroughly. Finally, they play at Oregon State. Here's the big game for Oregon. They're 10-1. They have a chance to make it to the college football playoff if they win out, but they just had that emotional big win against Utah. Now they're playing on the road against Oregon State, their arch rival, a good team who's going to be ready. They're bound for a big win, and I think they get it there, knocking their arch rival out of the playoff race. So there you go. I've got Oregon going 10-2 in 2022. I've got Utah going 11-1, and I'll tell you right now, that's good enough for both of them to have a rematch in the Pac-12 championship. We'll have a video on all the conference championships coming up soon. What do you guys think about these two teams? Am I overhyping Utah? Will Oregon lose an extra game? Do you agree? Do you have them losing or winning different games? Let me know all your predictions for these teams down below. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as we continue our college football predictions as we head into the the beginning of the season. I want to thank you all very much for watching once again, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye.